We thought it would be ironic to film our hunt here, at the Greenham Common Air Base. Home in the 1980s to 96 US Air Force nuclear missiles and several hundred lesbians. Today, they're all gone, and in their place, we find this. It's a Lada Niva, which started out in life as a Fiat 124, one of the most advanced sports saloons of the period. But the Russians made a few changes to the original design. They replaced the excellent disc brakes with drums, which were worse. They fitted a starting handle, a manual fuel pump, and they made the body from much, much thicker steel, as I shall now demonstrate with my hammer. Ready? It's nuclear. The heaviest part of the car, though, was not the nuclear bunker bodywork. It was the steering. I actually believe it's set in concrete. In fact, the only good thing about this car is that you could drive it in a hat.
Let me give you an example of its terribleness. The rear brakes were made from aluminium, and they must have thought, aha! You see, that's very advanced. The West hasn't thought of this. There's a very good reason for that, though. Aluminium has the same braking properties, really, as cheese. Slow down, you bitch.
Despite all these things, the Niva is still being built today under license in Egypt.
Imagine that. A 40-year-old Italian design, improved by the Russians and now built by a bunch of Egyptians. I can't think of anything worse than that.
Well, I can. Rugged simplicity. Surely this is good commie territory. This is the Lada Niva, Russia's workman's workhorse.
It does seem to have been built on relatively sensible principles, this. Add weight and simplify.
What's more, it had coil springs, not the RSJs you got in Land Rovers of the time, so it was surprisingly comfortable.
You know, I once drove one of these down a very heavily rutted track at 50 miles an hour, and I was able to use the cigarette lighter because it was so smooth to light a cigarette. It was that smooth. I'd actually quite like to demonstrate that for you now, but unfortunately, we don't live in a free country.
We ploughed on through the field and things looked promising.
Come on, commie.
Come on, communist!
But then...
Oh, there you've done it. Oh, give up.
We're in Berkshire and it's been completely defeated.
I was just wondering, if this comes out, I can stand up like Rommel and guide you.
Ah! We don't need that.
Right. Forwards, slowly. Ah, no!
In the end, we had to be pulled free by a decadent capitalist Land Rover. But we were reluctant to give up on our little Niva.
And it is quite a rugged, personable little thing.
Yes, it is, actually.
I mean, it is. I mean, you sort of can't give it a name.
It's got one, Niva. Do you think we've actually found a communist car that we like?
No.
Right, should we get the train?
Simple message. Don't buy a Chinese car until China renounces communisticalness.
You pair of idiots. Did it what? Slip your mind? These three cars, Maserati, Lamborghini, Ferrari, all three built within 30 miles of the Italian city of Bologna, which, well, for 50 years and until 9 years ago, was run by the Italian Communist Party, which means that actual Ferrari was built by communists.